He called black women gold diggers. He told his own children, that he should be the last option that they are able to call whenever they need help. He didn't even want to pay for his own, I believe it was his daughter's wedding. He was a willing participant. He was a willing participant in every single thing that he did, and I don't feel sorry for him. The universe sent him signs. Cat Williams tried to warn him. He said it takes 2 weekends. Monique tried to warn him that him now, at the age of 57, shouldn't be messing with a girl that is, 36 years younger than him? And he didn't listen. And he kept it going. And now he has lost his entire...
Like you, man, y'all get to a certain age and you still like them young. You like You like the same age girls I like.
Okay, right.
When you get to a certain age,
I'm getting old, but my eyesight's still young.
Right. Okay, and with that, you gotta uphold a certain way because you can't be old and sloppy.
You get one or the other.
Right.
Young and sloppy or old and in shape.
Exactly. Or you're gonna get old and in shape. Women.
No. Get together.
Exactly.
You know that saying, there's no better investor in the white community than a black man with money. Well, that's Shannon Sharpe to a T. And honestly, I don't even know if to call this karma for the way he dragged black women, labeling them gold diggers, or just straight up bad judgment. But either way, Shannon just took the biggest L of his entire life. And the wild part? Nobody feels even a little bit sorry for him. Not one tear shed. Especially not Monique, because she tried to warn him more than once. And instead of listening, he brushed her off, acting like she was just jealous. See, this man was so pressed to date his wage, not his age. Remember that?
My date your age. Well, I want to date my wage. I'm finna shut all this ish down tonight. I want to date my wage.
Stay right there.
Where y'all at? Hey, chat, where they at?
Hold on. Cause I keep it on me now.
Yeah.
I keep it on me. You want to date your what?
I want to date my wage. Not my age. I want to date my wage. So where are they? Cause y'all always talking about date your age. I want to date my wage. So come on with it.
Well, you talking
as a matter of fact, I'm taking applicants as we speak.
Well, you talking spicy tonight, boy.
But now that same paycheck he bragged about is about to bankroll a 22-year-old OnlyFans model's entire retirement plan. Can you imagine that? Years of sweat and grind on the football field just to end up signing over millions to somebody barely out of college. And the streets are clowning him heavy right now, calling this one of the biggest fumbles we've ever seen. Folks swear Shannon Sharpe brought this on himself. Just to remind you, back in April, Gabriella Zaga hit him with a $50 million lawsuit accusing him of assaulting her multiple times since their relationship kicked off in 2023. This isn't just drama, it's a full-blown scandal. Let's be real, this woman is basically young enough to be his daughter, and yet that's who Shannon decided to risk it all for. That's wild. People already thought the way he moved with women was strange, but this just took it to another level. Remember, he was always putting down black women, calling them gold diggers, but Gabriella flipped the whole script on him. Now the world is seeing another side of Shannon that he probably never wanted exposed. In her lawsuit, Gabriella painted a dark picture, claiming that behind closed doors, Shannon allegedly became threatening and physically aggressive, even while she was in tears telling him to stop.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, no, have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah, I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you did with the shit you did to me.
At first, yes, she admitted the relationship started consensually, but according to her, it turned ugly fast. She says Shannon got controlling, mean, and obsessed with having the final say over nearly everything in her life, even her body weight. That's not just insecurity, that's obsession, and it gets worse. Gabriella claims Shannon violated her trust by sharing her private videos with his friends, clips that she sent him in confidence. She told him she was uncomfortable, but instead of respecting that, he went behind her back. Who does that? The moment Gabriella filed her $50 million lawsuit, Shannon went into full defense mode. He brushed it off as nothing but a shakedown, and even came after her lawyer, Tony Busby. Shannon tried to drag Tony by saying he was only targeting him the same way he once went after Jay-Z. The arrogance is insane, but the fact that he's comparing himself to Jay-Z in the middle of this scandal is even crazier.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
Now let's keep it real. Maybe this lawsuit is a shakedown, maybe it isn't, but one thing's for sure. Shannon wouldn't even be in this mess if he didn't make himself the perfect target, and the internet made it clear. They weren't about to let him flip this whole thing into some pity party for the community, because people been warning him straight up to his face, stop chasing after them young white girls. And yet, he didn't listen. He kept pushing it like he was untouchable. The community literally banded together just to tell him to leave those young women alone. It wasn't just Monique out here sounding the alarm. Cat Williams called it out. Kirk Franklin said something. Cheryl Underwood, Lil Yachty, even D.L. Hewley, all of them pointed in the same direction.
This dating thing. Cause this is Mo is different now than when you and I was.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Are you trying to say? What you trying to say? Mo?
I'm looking right at you.
I know
I'm
you looking at your
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell you y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me live my life.
Let me tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
I know.
This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon.
But Shannon thought he was bigger than the problem, bigger than the warnings, bigger than the consequences. And look at him now. The same millions he refused to hand over to his kids, Gabriella walked away with it instead. And to rub salt in the wound, she released a statement that had everybody's jaw on the floor. Gabriella proudly announced, "Today I have decided to retire from OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support you've shown me over the past few years. This community has given me a life I could have never imagined. I'll still be active on social media and have several new projects in the works that I can't wait to share. I am truly excited for this next chapter. I love you all forever and ever." She straight up said she's done stripping online because Shannon Sharpe just set her up for life. Didn't Shannon once puff his chest out saying he would never settle, that he was ready to fight this case to the bitter end? Well, look at him now. Gabriella just hung up her OnlyFans jersey for good and is out here plotting brand new projects, all on Shannon's dime. Word on the street is he cut her a check for a jaw-dropping $23 million, which is more money than he ever made in his entire NFL career. That's not just an L, that's a career-ending fumble. And if that wasn't bad enough, the hits kept coming. Right after news of the settlement broke, ESPN announced they were cutting Shannon loose from his $50 million contract. Yup, gone, just like that. According to him, they didn't even give him a warning. He thought he'd be back on air for NFL training camp, hyped up and ready to go, but instead, he got blindsided. And the timing? Even messier, because all this went down right as his brother was getting inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Talk about humiliation. But here's where it gets real ugly. If you thought Gabriella was the first and last woman to drag Shannon into court, think again. People are calling her lawsuit the playbook, a manual for how to cash out on an athlete who can't keep his impulses in check. And Shannon knows it too, because rumors are flying that Gabriella wasn't the only barely legal woman he had in rotation. And just when he thought it couldn't get worse, bam, another lawsuit lands. This time, a woman named Jimelita Tillman slapped him with a $20 million claim for libel and defamation.
To get started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week. And really, the only thing that I really ask is, like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family.
She says both Shannon and his partner Ochochenko wrecked her personal and professional reputation after they claimed she was married and going through a divorce, all because of a viral clip at an Usher concert. That's not just messy, it's lawsuit bait. Word on the inside is that Shannon is completely drained from all these lawsuits and is now putting all his energy into his podcast. And honestly, that might be the only steady bag he's got left until another network decides to take a gamble on him. But the internet, oh, they're roasting him nonstop because Shannon isn't building wealth for his own family. He's out here setting up generational wealth for everybody else instead. And here's the irony that nobody can ignore. This man was always stingy when it came to his own kids, pinching pennies, cutting corners, putting limits on them. But then God put a woman in his path who walked away with the very millions he refused to bless his family with. That's poetic justice if I've ever seen it. Let's not forget, Shannon literally showed ESPN he was a liability. Between scandals, lawsuits, and bad headlines, they had no choice but to cut him loose. And people are saying this is the price of his lack of discipline. Because while Gabriella just secured a cushy $23 million payout, Shannon's own daughter was told her wedding budget was capped at $30,000, forcing her to serve guests spaghetti. Imagine that. He spent decades grinding for that prime ESPN spot, finally getting to the top, and threw it all away in less than a year. If this ain't a life lesson about chasing youth, clout, and validation in all the wrong places, then what is? But now I want to hear from you. Did Shannon Sharpe bring this downfall on himself, or is he being unfairly targeted? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe before checking out the next messy video. I'll see you there, baddies.